Hello everyone, and welcome to a review of the Transformers 2006 Cannonball. And he's from Cybertron. The theme Cybertron, not the planet. Now then, I have already reviewed this guy, but the audio was crap. So hopefully you can understand why I would want to redo this video. And, I thought I'd take this opportunity to just re-record it, because I honestly didn't like the original recording. I ummed a lot. And I, also, how do I say this? Paused a lot awkwardly, so, yeah. Okay, let's get into the figure. We're looking at his box. Here's some cool art of him on the side. And if we turn around to the back, you can see, it's a picture of him. Incredible. Here we got some bios and disclaimers, it's Hasbro, visit our website, all that exciting stuff. Alright, that's enough of that. Now, have any of you actually ever been to the Hasbro website? I don't think I ever really have. I did, for the first time yesterday or something. And here's some alternate figures and more bios, and I did not know the show was on Cartoon Network. Interesting. But I guess that makes sense, because, Transformers Animated is on the good old CN, so I guess that makes sense. And this box is really big for a deluxe. It's kind of hard to show this stuff off. Here's some just other characters, repaints, and that's basically it. It has, a bio up here, which is going to be hard to see, and then his stats, which are pretty mediocre. He's got a very high rank and courage and endurance, but besides that, he's kind of weak. I mean, why is his skill so bad? And where's, what? His firepower is so bad. What is this man doing? And you just got some more preliminary photos. Big whoop. And, it's not new or anything, so you can just slap that right open, and you just pull him out. And I think I just scratched the paint here. When I was recording this the first time, I was being kind of stupid. I don't know what I was doing. I'm pretty sure I just scratched the paint right there, which is very painful. And yep, here's some plastic. Pretty exciting. Thanks for watching. Bye. Just kidding. Wow, what a cardboard insert. Now, here's the back. It's actually pretty cool. It's like a Decepticon symbol exploding, having a epiphany or something, I don't know. But we're not here to review the box, we're here to review the instructions. It also comes with a collector's sheet. We'll look at that later, of course. Now, the instructions are incredibly boring, and I've always found, except for a couple of characters, like maybe Sideways, I found the instructions on Transformers to be pretty bad, and just, it makes things more confusing. Partially because these pictures are, inaccurate, almost. They're not extremely helpful right out of the box. And it's blank on the back. Kind of boring. But, I thought I would look at it. Why not? It's vintage, I guess. And then here we go. The collector's sheet. And, man, I used to go bonkers for this kind of thing when I was, 3. Yeah, 3, not any other age, just 3. Partially because, it's really cool, and sometimes they have, little story elements. This one has a lot of stuff about the story, and then they also have figures on the back. So you can see, this one's about Jungle Planet. I didn't know this at first, but, each character comes with, a different instruction manual, or, each wave, I guess, came with a different collector's sheet, and they would call them maps, and they were like, oh, collect all the maps, which I thought was kind of funny. Collect all these pieces of paper. See some pretty cool illustrations that were not in the show. Bios, more bios. Scourge in this cool pose. I might get the Studio Series Scourge. He looks pretty sick, and I don't have any Scourge figures at all. And here's the back. You can see you got all sorts of figures. Kind of a weird wave, in my opinion. Smoke screen there. Or Crosswire, but Smokescreen was his repaint. First figure I ever got. You got Thunderblast in the corner. Should I get Thunderblast? You know, I don't have any female Transformers, at least that I can think of. And besides Black Arachnia, I don't know. Most of the time, I feel like they're just shell formers. They're just kind of like, okay, this could be a really good Transformer that a bunch of kids would love, or it could be a shell former that a man would love, you know? Gotta have them thighs. So, I don't know. I feel like they need to step their game up with female Transformers. Besides Black Rat. She's good. And you can see there's Galvatron, one of the hardest figures to find complete, in my opinion. I've almost never seen one complete. And if they are complete, it's like $500. And you got some other weird ultra class figures. And there we go. Now I guess we can take a look at the figure included if we want. As you can see, it's a Cannonball. And he has some more cardboard right there. And then you love the cardboard, little plastic insert. Okay, then you just take him out carefully. Take the Cyberplanet key out kind of carefully. And you got a box. And just card it. Don't throw it away though. Someone will pay big money for that one day, I'm sure. And he has the good old Earth Cyberplanet key with the chrome sun moon thing and all the random tech detail. It's bluish purple. Mine is a little bit of a misprint. And there's a code on the back, which, you know the story with the codes. You can't really use them anymore. But, you know, a nice accessory. Pretty collectible. And here you go, 7 minutes in, and we're just taking a look at the figure. And quite the figure he is. This guy was originally modeled off of Red Alert, who is a freaking ambulance. And then they remolded him, or just repainted him actually, into a freaking pirate in a weird truck. He has purple windows, pretty cool. And, you know, interesting color scheme. He has this green, and you can see the green is reserved almost entirely for these skeletons, which I just scratched, I think. You gotta be very careful. And then he has a bunch of gold, but you can't really see it that well. But I must say, he has one of the best undercarriages, like, out of any Transformer. At least any car Transformer. Like, that is some masterpiece stuff there. And here's a better look at the skeleton. Trademark Ian, it's Halloween green. That's the color it is, Halloween green. This vehicle does kind of look like a hearse, to me at least. And you can see on the top, there's a super cool skull with, I guess, demonic flames coming out. Kind of looks like he has hair, you know, dreadlocks or something. And this is probably like the worst thing about the figure. It's definitely the worst thing about the vehicle mode is his head is literally just poking out right there. It's just there. I wish they had something to cover that up. It would have been cool, you know, even if he was a part former a little bit. It just looks so weird that his head is just chilling on top. And his Cyberplanet key power is guns, so just push it in and guns pop out. It's pretty simple, very quick. I mean, it's like a blink of an eye, man. I think it looks pretty good. And, you know, you can't really tell they're there. And all around, you know, pretty solid Cyber key power. And maybe it's just mine. I got this like 2 months ago, and I'm having some very strange issues with the guns locking in place. They don't like to. It's kind of annoying. You know, let's transform this man. So literally just bend down like a third of the car. You can see that reveals a lot. And then bend down the bottom portion of the other third. One of the other thirds. And we're almost there, I guess. And there's the bottom. It looks kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about this. You know, this could be some sort of work mode, maybe. And this is, you know, where it kind of just depends on how you want to transform it. So, the feet just kind of flip out here. Well, these are kind of the heel spurs. He has really big feet. So they're on double hinges, and you just kind of want to them out, if you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure this part actually was slightly remolded for this repaint. I think that's the only part that was. I could be wrong, but I believe these parts were made so you could more easily get stuff out. I don't know. And then you just want to swivel the wheels in, which is actually pretty cool. And then this other portion is pretty similar. Just fleep the floop out. And then you're basically done with that side. And now you want to connect these, which can be a little tricky. Get everything lined up, and you can see there's a very strange peg there. It's kind of hard to see. It's very small. It's going to plug into like this tailpipe, and you just kind of... And we should be golden. And there we go. We got legs. Now you just want to split them. And those are his legs. They make up like half of his body. What is up with that? I do think it looks a little funny. Okay, now you want to swivel this, I guess, up or down, whatever floats your boat. It's on a double hinge. And then you want to flip the arms out and then kind of ratchet them up into place. It's a pretty satisfying ratchet. His shoulder joints are on a transparent ball joint, so they're kind of loose and weird, so be careful with them. And then you want to straighten these doors out, and then take his hands and just kind of swivel them down, and just kind of straighten everything out. And then you want to pull down his groin cloth, and this is very interesting. The hinge will like snap into itself, if that makes sense. And that makes his backpack. And then this is my least favorite type. We'll move the backpack out of the way. I hate it when Transformers do this. I feel like it's such a cop-out. You just have to pull his head up, and it can be very annoying. I would not recommend like using a tool. I just try and kind of grab it by his visor and be as careful as possible. You don't want to like scratch his face up. And there we have Cannonball. And we just want to move the camera down a little bit. And boy, oh boy, is he weird. Now, he is the first pirate in the Transformers universe, basically. And he's quite a stumpy little deluxe class pirate at that. You can see a lot more gold is exposed. Pretty crazy how much his color scheme changed. You can see his chest has some yellow. They kind of look like headlights. Pretty interesting head sculpt here. All sorts of things. You can still see the skeletons on his little door pauldrons, which is nice. Pretty posable. You got his backpack, which isn't too horribly big. You got his little Decepticon symbol, which is pretty cool that you can't see it in vehicle mode. And then you have his legs, which are humongous. You can split them in half if you want and make like a centaur and be a centaur's lover. But you can do it if you want. That's one thing I love about Cybertron is, yeah, you can transform him like that. It's stupid, but you can do it. Now, I guess we're ready for the articulation part. And he has some interesting articulation. His head can go 360. And it's pretty tight, I must say. I would maybe, not, turn his head around 360 degrees every day. And man, look at his face. He has the silver exposed mouth area, which is pretty interesting. And he has this, like, eye patch, which gives him a lot of personality and separates him from the original Red Alert. His arms can move 360. They're on ball joints, standard stuff. Can't really get a dab out of them, which is unfortunate. And backpack detached. It always does that at times. And he can T-pose on you. Not quite perfect T-pose, more almost a Y-pose. Then his elbows can go 90 degrees in both directions, which is pretty interesting. And his hands can do some very interesting stuff, do the transformation. And can do the same on the other side. He kind of just has a stick hand. We'll go into that a little bit later. His legs, you know, they're pretty good. His little loincloth kind of gets in the way, but you can definitely bend that up, probably more than you would need to. And then you can splay his crotch out, if that makes any sense. His crotch is on 2 joints. Then, yeah, if you remove the backpack, you can see his legs can go really far back. And then his knees are kind of strange. You can do the splits due to his crotch joint. Why you would need to do this, I do not know. And back to those knee joints. They're okay. I don't think they're that usable, honestly. They can bend both ways. But since his legs are so big, and this windshield is just like in the way, you can't use it for that much. I do think it looks pretty stupid that this windshield is in the way. And a lot of Cybertron figures did that. Now, if you pop open the hood, which is connected to those said windshields, you can pop out some accessories. And you can see here's a little hammer head, and you can connect it to his little stick hand. Isn't that exciting? So now he has a mighty hammer. And, you know, this makes sense for Red Alert because he's a doctor, but what is this man using it for? Beating people? Is he like a loan shark? Like, what the heck, man? Man, even though this guy has a bunch of translucent and metallic gold joints, he's actually pretty durable. He is a little loose at times, though. And then his other leg contains a golden little graspy hand. Now, this does make sense. It's kind of like, you know, that iconic hook hand. And it does give him some more articulation, because this can open. It has a good amount of friction on it. And you can just place that, and now he has a super long little pincer hand, which is actually pretty good for grabbing stuff. As you can see, here's a little Cyber Planet key, and he can grip onto it no problem. So that might be nice for stop motion, something like that. Also has some good range. I like that inclusion. Definitely gives him a pirate look. And speaking of Cyber Planet keys, why don't we go into that Cyber Key Planet key power. So you just plug it into his butt and push, and don't get your finger in the way. And missile launchers. You can see they're pretty small and unimpressive in robot mode. It looks cool when you activate it because he has these big guns that pop out, but then they just kind of fall in between the cracks and you can't see it too well. And you can do that if you want. I do think that it's a little more, I don't know, surprising, shocking, dramatic in the vehicle mode, and just it sticks out more. It's not that exciting in this mode, in my opinion. That's what the underside looks like if you were interested. And his back, lots of screw holes. You can see there's a Cyber Planet key gimmick activating. It's an alright feature, you know. Probably one of the better ones, especially on a deluxe figure, because some of them are kind of bad, honestly. But they actually kind of get worse the bigger you get. Sometimes. Now, would I recommend this guy? Yeah. He's a deluxe, so you know, about $10, 2006. Inflation stuff. Beep, boop, boop, beep. And he's not that much more expensive. And I bought this figure for kind of a lot in box. But I've seen him go out of box for like $10. And, you know, that's pretty common, at least in my area. $10. So, yeah, I would say get him. He's pretty cool. If you already have the original Red Alert, I think you're going to have basically the same experience. But if you don't, and you like pirates, why not? He's not very piratey, except his name and his eye patch and his little hook. But he's still pretty cool. Transforms into kind of a hearse with skeletons. And yeah, all around a pretty nice figure. Not much to complain about. Some strange, quirks here and there. Transformation is very unique. I don't like how his head sticks out, though. Like, you can do weird crap like this. Why? You also can see the Decepticon symbol through the windshield, which is pretty cool. In my opinion, at least. And, yeah, we're kind of at the end here. So I would say, yeah, go out and get him. Why not? And, that's all I have to say. So, peace out and have a happy Halloween. Oh wait, one more thing. I have failed you. Tahu size comparison. So here we have Tahu in his vehicle mode. And, let me transform him real quick. Look how fast I am. I'm fast as frick, man. There we go. And, he's a deluxe, so he's that tall. Very exciting, I know. That's all I have to say for real this time, so peace out.